quick disclaimer, we are not investigative journalists. We simply read, watch, and listen to whatever we can to satisfy our curiosity while use this information to form our own personal opinions. Do not take this as investigative journalism. This is simply our own rabbit holes.
Hello, friends, and get ready. We're going to talk about the docs, the crimes, and all the people involved. This is Crime and Chill. How are you today?
I mean, it's going to be just a bunch of laughs, I feel like.
Yup.
It's been pretty funny around here.
Entertaining, to say the least.
Hopefully the internet stays in long enough for us to actually record all of it.
God, I hope so. Okay, what you got in crime news?
Alex Murdaugh was denied more bond and has like 5 new charges.
As he should.
I think there's a new world and the South Carolina good old buddy system is now ended. Which really sucks, because I really wanted to get into that system. I wanted to commit some crimes, but I didn't even get a chance.
No crimes for you.
And that's the biggest thing that I had.
Only other thing that I saw that I'm interested in is Italian authorities busted a Nigerian human trafficking ring.
Oh, I did see that.
And I'm like, yeah!
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
So, that's a good thing.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on around locally, but
oh my god, so much.
What's with all the bodies? Stop fucking killing people!
For some reason in South Carolina, everybody's murdering everybody right now. We don't know what's happening.
And the robberies. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Dude, that's why I asked you if Clay was going with you last night.
Because you were scared I was gonna get robbed.
Well, like there was like 5 robberies the night before.
Mm-hmm.
In just parking lots. People just sticking a gun up to somebody and say, get in your car, take me to the ATM.
I'd have been like, I got $4 in the account, dude.
You want to go? Let's go.
I mean, if you're really that desperate for $4, sure.
I mean, I don't know. People are just crazy.
Like, I was literally looking through the Spartanburg County recently booked, and half of them was strong arm robbery. And I'm like,
well, the people who were robbing all weekend haven't been caught.
No, not yet. Hopefully soon.
What are we robbing people for? I mean, I understand it's the holidays and give it is great, but why didn't you...
But you can't take in order to get...
We're not Robin Hood. This is not Robin Hood. I'm sorry. And you're robbing in areas that don't make sense to be Robin Hood.
No.
We live in the hood. There ain't no money in the hood.
Facts.
But I digress. All right. Other than that.
All right. So, what are we talking about today, Rachel?
Well, you sent me that link with a little trailer of this crazy woman. Well, there goes my whole thing. Of this woman talking about how she wished her sister got death instead of her sentencing of 20 years?
20 years.
Yeah, so I was very interested and decided I should watch this. It was Evil Lives Here.
Evil Lives Here.
On Discovery Plus. Well, it's on Discovery Plus, but it was on the ID channel originally. Yeah. First of all, I watched a couple of those episodes, and I really don't like the way they...
No.
I don't like the way they edit the people who are talking. It's like they make them sound vulnerable.
Yeah.
They don't let them sound like they were strong in this situation. They were all just vulnerable people that someone took advantage of.
Yeah. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with Evil Lives Here. Because I love the cheesy, dramatics
yes.
of, like, the reenactments. I love it.
I loved it so much that I went to go look up the actresses of that one. And one of them was from the state that I was born in. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's in the show notes.
I saw that. I mean, like I said, it's a love-hate relationship.
It's a quick, good background crime
it's like
thing.
It's usually like 30, 45 minutes tops episodes. So, like, if you just want something on in the background.
It's very good with the dramatics. I mean, I don't feel like they give much of the story. And I actually looked into a couple of them. And while I understand all documentaries are one-sided to whatever they want to show, holy shit, are they one-sided?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that one was above and beyond in the details and everything else.
Yeah. So, the subject of the episode that we watched, her name is Cammie Brown. She was arrested and sentenced to 20 years in prison for second-degree murder for murdering her ex-husband.
In Raleigh, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
And her sister talks just like this, like we're right out of the South, and oh my God. Sorry, I'm not judging her voice. It was just annoying to me.
No, I just felt attacked because sometimes my accent comes out.
Not like that. That was, I mean, hers was intense.
I'm pissed.
I guess my Jersey accent comes out more when I'm pissed, but
Oh, I love when you get mad and your Jersey accent comes out.
it's not like North Jersey talking accent, but I mean, it does come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Camilla Brown went by Cammie. That's what her sister called her. And her sister was Cindy, or is Cindy Blust. And it was really interesting throughout the documentary to watch the sister act like every other older sister as a child. We always, as an older sister, and I am an older sister. So I know the feeling of dealing with the younger sister's a brat.
Yeah.
Are they always a brat? Yeah, because they're the younger sister.
Yeah.
Are they truly a brat, like evil and whatever? No.
She was a middle child.
Yeah.
She's a middle child, let me tell you.
Did my sister take a gun and push me out of the house like that? No. But my younger brother took a hammer and chased my sister out of the house like that, so...
I mean, are you really... Like, I keep seeing this meme on Facebook of which sibling were you, the one chasing with the knife or the one being chased with the knife?
Yeah, I'm not the one that was chasing with a knife.
I was the one being chased.
And I wasn't the one being chased. But that was because I knew where to keep the peace. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I knew who to rile the right way.
Yeah. But siblings, that's kind of like your
The
job.
Yeah.
You're supposed to piss off and pick on your siblings. Yeah. That's like the rules.
And there was one part in this documentary, before we really get into what happened, but she's talking about the secret that she told her younger sister and how she blackmailed her with the secret. Welcome to reality. That is what younger siblings do when you give them something to blackmail you with. She was taking your fucking cookies. She wasn't freaking taking a pillow over your head saying, let me kill you or I'm going to tell mom.
No.
She was taking cookies.
She took your share of the cookies by saying, if you don't give me your cookies, I'm going to tell mom
that
you kissed a boy.
Yeah. And
oh my God. Let's throw her in an insane asylum right now.
There was another where she was saying that she was fat. It's like, yeah, little sisters do that.
Again, middle child syndrome is real.
They're just looking to nudge and bother you in any way they can, and you were bothered by what she was saying, so she continued to do it. Doesn't mean she was a psychopath at the time. But I think Cindy is so sensitive that she carried that around and continued her, while she thought Cindy was constantly looking for revenge. I mean, Cammie was looking for revenge. I think she was taking everything out of her hurt of their childhood instead of thinking they're just sisters who are bickering. Yeah. So Cammie went through a very nasty divorce, lost custody of her children, and then kills her ex-husband in a very disgusting way, in my opinion, because the children were there.
Yeah. The children were present for the murder.
Yes.
Which is insanity.
Yes.
Okay, so Cammie's ex-husband's name was Earl Thierry Brown. He just went by Terry. He was 42 at the time of the murder. And like we said earlier, they were divorced and they were going through a nasty custody battle, which Cindy pretty much inserted herself in. And she was very much taking Terry's side in the divorce. If you watch this documentary, you can hear how she talks about her brother-in-law, or at this time now ex-brother-in-law. Very weird. Not how you talk about a in-law or platonic friendship. But in the middle of this divorce and custody battle, Cindy's son unfortunately committed suicide.
So Cindy already has hurt and grief, and she is watching these two people fight over some stupid shit, and she is grieving her son. Yeah. She doesn't like Cammie to begin with because of their childhood. Yeah. And she is gravitating towards Terry. Now, it might be platonic, and if it is, great. But I do feel like she took her grief of losing her son to suicide and helped Terry continue to not allow Cammie to see those children. Because she was grieving and she was hurt.
I agree. 100%.
She talks about her sister as a psychopath, and I really think she is the psychopath.
Thank you. I was literally watching this documentary.
As a mother,
like, what the fuck?
As a mother, you're watching your own sister help a man keep your children away from you because you're hurt. You're hurting, and it's easier to help somebody that you like than you don't like, even that's family. And you're, as a mother, if you kept my kids away from me, fuck yeah, I'm gonna kill you too. Yeah. She's lucky he killed him, and not her. Yeah. Because I killed her first.
Yeah. 100%. I'm like, No fucking
You-
wonder this bitch wants to, like, is being crazy towards you. You were literally, you're sitting here saying, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't keeping. Yes, you were.
You were meeting him outside of the, you were having meetings with him. You invited him over to Christmas with the kids, but not her. I mean,
Which, to be fair, there was a restraining order in place. So
why did you
technically-
invite them though?
Yeah.
They had their own family. He had family around.
Yeah.
Why didn't they go to his family's
I
house?
understand wanting to be around your niece and nephew. Like, that's still your niece and nephew. You want them around. But what you should have done,
But at that point, then your sister's going to be all alone on a holiday.
yeah, it shouldn't have been on actual Christmas.
Yep.
It could have been
At a separate time.
beforehand
Yep.
or after. I understand wanting to give your niece and nephew gifts, wanting to see them.
It should not have been a family get together where the entire family is there.
But you tell her she can't be there.
Exactly. And this woman's already hurting because she's lost her children. She's not able to see them. In the documentary, she says that Cindy, the older sister, says that she had told Terry just the day before to be careful because she didn't trust Cammie.
Yeah.
In the news articles, he was going to see, to do an exchange
Yeah.
where she was giving permission to see the children.
Yeah.
And in the documentary, she says that she was seeing the kids on a regular basis and that they were just going out to, lunch or whatever, the park or whatever.
Yeah, they were
hang out.
supposed. What she says in the documentary is Cammie convinced him to meet her at the park with the kids.
Yeah.
So that she could see the kids and they were going to eat pizza or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it was a custody exchange.
He was trying to let her see her children because I think at the end of the day, while she still had mental issues, that's not up for debate.
Yep. But I think a lot of times during a divorce, especially when children are involved and it's high intensity, the claims that she was making against Terry, again, not something I would do, but I have seen women say that the ex is abusive to kind of have a leg to stand on, especially since he, one, is a very influential person in the neighborhood that they live in. Like he's well known, and you're fighting against lawyers and the court, and you're continuing to see things not go your way, and so you make a false statement. Should she have been arrested for false statement? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But it just added fuel to the fire in the custody battle. She didn't think it through.
No.
But it was a heat of the moment. I want my kids back.
Yeah. It was this person, these two people are keeping my kids away from me. What do I have to do in order to see my children?
Yep.
And
how come there's no, so I gotta look really crazy in this case. She claims in the documentary that there were several instances where Cammie was accusing Cindy of poisoning her.
Yeah.
Like with different foods and stuff.
Yeah.
I pulled all the court cases on this. I pulled play-by-plays of the court. I pulled multiple different news articles. I looked up police reports. There was no such indication that these officers were calling her house saying that. They don't call your house to say there's been a report made that you're poisoning someone.
No, they would come to your house.
They would come to your house and arrest you until you can prove otherwise.
Yeah. So there would be documentation backing this up.
Yeah. But
this is where I think
this is where ID fucked up with
That's
allowing
exactly what I was going to
go
say.
on. And that has now made me become so vigilant in what I'm researching.
Yeah.
Because I could not find anything to back up this woman's claims.
No. Nothing. And there's not even that much out there about this case either.
No. This was just a small North Carolina case that happened back in 2006. She didn't even go to court till 2013 because they claimed she had insanity issues. She was incompetent.
They deemed her mentally incompetent to stand trial.
Yeah, which allowed her to have time served when she finally did get sentenced. They did put some of that time served. She will be released in 2024.
2023.
Yeah, 2023 is what the news article says, and she keeps saying 2024, and I'm like, okay, you don't even know what's going on, and you're allowing it to be aired.
They don't know, oh my god, ID fucked up. You did not do your proper research. You did not know what was happening. You're taking this woman's word and saying this is holy grail. No, she has 90% of the information wrong.
Yep.
I understand, we're not going to get everything from a news article.
But I pulled multiple news articles. I also pulled her inmate stuff to see her release date. And it is not 2024. It is 2023.
Yeah, on the official documents from the prison system, it says projected release date is May 2023.
And there has never been changed, because I went back to look at like if she was 2024. But then if you do a 20-year sentence and you think she was arrested in 2006, she got extra, like they gave her some kind of approval, because 2023 is not 20 years.
No. Because if she was so she got arrested in 2006, was deemed incompetent to stand trial. They sentenced her in 2012. That 2023 release date, even if they gave her that 6 years time served, that does not equal 20 years.
No. And neither did 2024.
No.
But that
None of that equaled up.
What the hell is this?
So it's just, this is a hot mess case, is what it is. I've decided that entire family
Needs therapy.
Yeah, they need therapy because they're all insane.
They need therapy. She talks, so she dresses in a way that makes her seem high and mighty.
Yeah, she dresses like
she belongs in a Charleston mansion and living the nice life, except I looked into her.
Oh, Rachel went real life.
She tried to present herself much grander and it really felt like she was trying to demoralize her sister. Like, her sister was trash and she was not.
Yeah, I agree.
Her sister worked for the fucking IRS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't an idiot.
No, she wasn't an idiot. Did she have mental issues? Yes, but I think all of that shit pushed it and she broke.
I think, and I don't even think she had mental issues until then. Like, the thing she's talking about her sister being so revengeful, it's just normal sister shit.
Yeah, it's just normal sibling shit.
You were grieving the loss of your son who committed suicide, and instead of
dealing with your emotions, you attacked your sister.
Yep. You always hurt the person that's closest to you.
Yeah.
And she was the easiest one to hurt at that time.
Also, I don't believe half of this crap of like the whole incident where she was saying we were going to our youngest sister's house for her son's party, and while we were on the way there, Cammie was in my car and she kicked me in the face while I'm driving, and I'm like, bitch, no, she didn't.
No, she didn't. If she did, when you dropped her out of that car, you would have been dialing 911 in the same process, because you would have had her arrested. So
you're sitting here saying, oh, it got dangerous. You know, she was putting people's lives at risk. When you dropped her on the side of the fucking interstate, why didn't you call the cops then?
Exactly.
If you were that concerned.
Did you really drop her on the side of the interstate? Was this all just a story you came up with? And this is why I want to write Cammie and find out.
We have talked about this. Like, we are highly considering writing Cammie in person to be like,
got nothing to do for another year.
Please tell us your side of it, because we don't believe shit your sister says.
And if your sister's right and all of this went down the way it is, I'm judging a book by a lot of fucking covers that all show me otherwise. And, I could be wrong. But
I don't believe 90% of the shit that came out of the sister's mouth. I don't
either.
The way she carried herself, the way she dressed is...
I'm better than you.
Yeah. It's very much like, again, grew up in the South here. That's how, like, some of these women in the, like, deep South carry themselves. 90% of the time, if you see somebody dressed the way she was, like, she had, like, a fur vest on and, like...
And I looked when this was recorded. And the funny thing is, so I looked when this was recorded, she did not need all those clothes, especially in the South. But on top of that, if she was proud of what she said, why isn't there any, look, I was on ID? Or, you know what I mean? Like, there was nothing
she put out there saying
that I did this.
I did this.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're sitting here and you're telling this whole production studio that you were ready for her and you're going to get your revenge and you're a gun-toting Southern woman, you know how to carry and everything else she fucking said, why didn't you say anything about this? You'd want it to be known. Mm-hmm. You wanted the world to know that you're carrying a gun ready for your sister seeking revenge.
Yeah.
But you didn't want your friends and family to know.
Because I think it's going to start coming out, because this was a recently done episode that it's going to start coming out that she was full of fucking shit.
August 2021 is when it was released. She recorded it in June. Why were you wearing all that in June?
Why were you wearing long sleeves and a fur fucking vest in June in the South?
Yeah.
Ma'am, it's like 100 degrees outside in June.
Yeah.
I get, like, some people are cold-natured, not that cold-natured.
I'm cold-natured, and there's a way that I could still dress professionally and want to make myself look up and down. That was a bit much.
So, my thoughts about the whole thing with Cindy and Terry. Cindy was married.
Yep.
Let's start there. She was married. I understand, like, her son committed suicide. That sucks.
She's no longer married.
That doesn't surprise me. Because, to me, the way she spoke about Terry... It's very obvious she had feelings.
Okay, I have brother-in-laws. I have one brother-in-law. There ain't no fucking way I'd be that hurt. I mean, I feel bad for my sister, but not if she's the one that fucking killed him.
No. No.
You know what I mean? Like, there would not be, I can't even record this. I'm like literally sobbing my life away. It's just so hard. No, I wouldn't. Maybe I'm heartless, and I admit that I am not a very externally sensitive person, but that was a bit much.
Yeah, no. So my husband has 2 brothers and my sister is married. So I have 3 brother-in-laws, none of which would I talk to like that or talk about like that. Like I love all my brother-in-laws. One of my brother-in-laws I am closer to than the rest of them, and that's because we live in the same house. But I would not go and say the shit about him that she said about Terry.
No.
Like, it's fine to say, yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good brother-in-law. He was a good friend. Okay, that makes perfect fucking sense to say that.
Exactly. But don't you think, like, somebody from his family should have been the one recording this?
Yeah, or at
his
least
kids?
been a part of it.
You know, nobody was a part of it.
It was
only
just
her.
Only Cindy.
Nobody else had anything to say.
Fucking insanity, and she wanted a payday.
And if you look at every single article that goes along with this story, none of them refer to the story the way she does.
No. Like, was there some stuff in there that actually is in the news articles? Yes, like Cammie's supposedly wearing a wig and, like, sneaking around trying to see her kids.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, she was trying to see her fucking kids. That makes sense.
Wouldn't you? I mean,
Like, I understand there was restraining orders in place. I understand why there was restraining orders in place because Cammie was making these allegations that were turning out to be false, supposedly. I don't 100% buy that they were all completely false because, you know, they're saying, oh, she groomed the daughter to say these things. But you're saying she groomed her so intently that the daughter actually believed it happened, which, yes, is a possibility.
it happens all the time. But that's not your place. Stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah, you should have been 100%. Like, we all know, and I don't care, my sister listens to this. My sister's insane. I would still take her side because that's my sister. And I sure as shit wouldn't go on national television talking about how insane my sister is, talking about all this shit. No, I'm going to defend my sister in public, and in private, we're going to talk about later why 2 + 2 ain't 6. But I'm going to have your back. Because you're my sister.
So they went to a pizza parlor and then the park thing. They did have pizza.
Yeah.
They had pizza,
yeah.
But not with her. They brought pizza with them.
Yep.
Dad had gotten pizza on the way to the park.
Yep.
They were eating the pizza.
And then she asked to speak to him.
Yep, pulls him away.
She shot him. Ended up being, like, what, twice in the chest or something like that?
So she tries to claim that she tried to shoot him in the spleen.
Girl, you got bad aim.
Well, I mean, no, she got to the right area because he had a bad spleen anyways, and it needed to be removed or something. And
like she was just trying to scare him, apparently.
Yeah, and then he was dying of kidney failure anyways, so it really didn't matter. That's why she married him, according to Cindy.
No, bitch.
Why did she have 2 kids with him then?
Yeah.
If he was dying.
If he was like
legitimately dying. How did you make 2 children with him?
Yeah.
And one was 8 by the time he finally died.
Yeah.
So, where was he dying? Oh, he had good health insurance? Guess what? They worked for the same place. They worked for the IRS together.
They worked for the federal government, which means...
She had her own good health insurance. She didn't need his.
Nope. She gained nothing by marrying him. It's not like, you know, she married, oh, he has a really good job, I have this really shitty job.
They worked at the same place.
They worked at the same place. That's how they met. So it makes... So she gained nothing by marrying him other than getting a husband.
Yep.
So I don't believe this whole thing of Cammie told Cindy at the wedding, hopefully, you know, she won't have to deal with him long and blah, blah, blah. No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you just want your sister to be the villain and you want to be seen as the good guy and you wanted to make a buck. And you thought, well, if I go on this show, maybe then more people will want to talk to me and I can get paid for my time and interviews. That's what I think it was. And I don't think it's going the way she wanted it to go because nobody wants to fucking talk to her. Because there ain't been shit anywhere.
She did actually, at her sentencing, like at her hearing, she pled guilty.
Yeah, she pled guilty. Because she did do it.
And she said she did. She said, I didn't mean to. I didn't want him to die that day. She's sorry that it came to that. She believed he was, in fact, destroying her children.
Yeah.
But, you know, we heard what she was, like, she made the false claims, but what was he saying about to the kids about their mother?
Yeah, I agree.
We don't know that.
And if she did, like, a lot of the news articles do say something about Cammie going to a social worker's home. That's a little extreme. I agree that she's completely wrong for that. I don't think it was that far stretched, though, that she felt that her sister and her ex-husband were playing the system.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they were.
And the sister's job, which I'm not going to say what she did, but she worked in a job where she would know how to play the system.
Yeah. Honestly, like a lot of people will say, like in this, especially in the South, that if you go through a divorce, that courts are very much like mommy centric, and that the moms are always going to win and always get custody unless it's extreme, which is semi true, but not completely, at least not from what I have seen. So I fully do believe that they did play the system. They did go outside of the court system to talk to these people. There may have been bribery involved. I don't know. I was not there.
The way she talks about her sister, I don't put it past her.
No. She literally talks about her sister like she's some random fucking psychopath off the street.
There was no evidence that this woman had any other prior incidences before she just killed her husband. You know what I mean? Like, it started at the divorce. From the divorce till she killed her husband is where this woman was spiraling.
I think she was arrested once in that time frame for violating a restraining order.
But well, that's involving the husband.
Yeah.
All of it involved the husband.
Yeah.
Nothing involved you, crazy bitch.
Nope. And to me, it speaks volumes that the youngest sister's face was blurred out. She was not speaking. I would think that if you're telling me that
your sister was fucking crazy.
Yeah, and she chased you and your younger sister out of the house with a hunting rifle.
You would want it to be your picture shown too. You would be just as much
hurt and scarred by all this, because if she was this bad as this fucking older sister is claiming, she would have been doing it to the younger sister too.
If any of it was fully true.
Yeah.
I really think there would be more evidence of that.
Yep.
There is none.
Nope.
I went so far as looking back way beyond the shooting.
Yeah.
There was none.
Mm-mm. I think, unfortunately, this poor woman, being Cammie, was being screwed over by her sister and her now ex-husband. You know, I don't think, had they not been doing this, I don't think she would have gone as far as off the rails as she did. Because she 100% has some sort of mental issues, but I think it was caused by all of that.
Yep.
Because I do not believe
it was caused by the divorce and the sister taking the brother-in-law's side.
Yeah. Which I don't care. I would never take my brother-in-law's side if my sister got divorced. Never. I'm gonna take my sister's fucking side. So I think all in all, first of all, the documentary rating as far as that goes,
0.
Yeah, that's a 0 because I don't feel like they properly did research. Like I said, while I love Evil Lives Here because it's so cheesy sometimes, they did not do proper research. They did not properly make sure that they were putting out correct information. They were getting views, which, I mean, by the trailer that I sent you that they put out, 100% is a good way to get views because I was intrigued and I'm like, I need to watch this.
But I was intrigued because I saw, like, you know when you watch something, you can just feel negative energy, like, this woman is fucking bullshit.
Yes.
That's what I saw.
How it felt.
That's why I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And I said that and I went and watched it. Like, within, how long did it take me to text you? I was like, okay, I watched it.
Oh my god!
Within 45 minutes,
yeah, within
I was
45
like,
minutes.
what the fuck did I just watch?
I sent you the trailer. You said, that seems interesting. I'm going to watch it. And then you texted me like 45, 50 minutes after that initial text telling me you watched it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, bitch, calm down.
Yeah, I mean.
And it sucks that this is a 0 and that they did do so bad because usually ID, Discovery, anything, they usually do a pretty decent job of making sure that they're putting out correct information.
And we could be completely wrong, and the other news articles are completely But how do you, I mean, I have a list of what, 30?
Yeah, we have a very long list of sources this week that I'm hoping is going to fit all into the description because sometimes I have to edit it because it's too
some
long.
of them don't need to be in there.
Yeah.
Some of them are me just showing you where I'm connecting dots.
Yeah, but all in all, there's no doubt that Cammie did it.
No.
There's a 911 call recording
where
Terry called 911 himself.
Oh yeah, he did call 911 himself and said he got shot. And she said she's in the background telling her kids to pray.
Yeah, she says, I killed you.
Yeah.
And she's telling her kids to pray. Yeah. She is 100% wrong for doing that in front of the children.
Yep.
The kids should have been left out of that situation. You should have said, hey, let's meet up without the kids. If that was your plan to shoot him, may not have been your plan to kill him. But if you were planning on shooting him, don't scar your children that way. And also to me, it speaks volumes that Terry's family has custody of the children and not her family.
Yep.
Because if y'all were really
that close,
yeah, you spent all this time together, the kids really knew you and were really comfortable with you.
the fact that you would tell your own sister you can't come to Christmas with the rest of the family because I have your kids here, you were that close that your kids were her kids were going to her family Christmas dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also got to think a 20-year sentence, and if she got out early, I mean, the youngest was 6 at the time, so what is he now?
6 in 2006.
So he was born in 2000, so he'll be 23 when she gets out.
Yeah.
He would have been an adult and moved on. You know what I mean?
Both kids would have been adults and moved on because they were 8 and 6 at the time of the murder.
Yeah.
Let's do final thoughts real quick.
That all of my final thoughts. I don't trust her. I do believe that she fought the system with Terry instead of with Cammie.
Yep, I agree. I think Cammie got the short end of the stick in all this. She got screwed. You know, what else was she supposed to do? How else was she supposed to feel? When very obviously her sister, who, regardless of what the fuck your sister did in childhood, because we all do fuck shit to our siblings in childhood. That's kind of the fucking point.
Yeah. I have a list.
You still didn't take your sister isn't taking your family isn't taking your side.
Yep. And you're hurt. You're upset by it.
Yeah.
She did do crazy things during the course of this custody battle to try to get her kids back. None of which should have been good. Like lying in court documents, threatening to kill her ex-husband, claiming her ex-husband was having personal contact with social workers.
Which I believe.
Yep. Prepping her daughter with false allegations. Yeah, I've seen it happen.
Yeah, it does happen. It's not that far stretched to think that she was prepping, like brainwashing her daughter into this. But if the things that we read are true and the daughter truly believed they happened, either Cammie's a real good fucking manipulator and a real good brainwasher, even for a child, because a child's still gonna be like, no, that didn't happen, Mom.
No, you could tell a kid, for personal experience, you could tell a kid something enough. And unfortunately, their brains are very easy to manipulate, for good or bad.
Yeah.
It can happen, especially at that age, especially when a mother is doing it to a daughter.
Yeah. But there's just, and it wasn't even just sexual abuse claims, there was like physical abuse claims, and I have questions.
Where was the evidence of the physical abuse? But that was also how the physical abuse, there was no evidence of it, and that's why he got out of those ones.
Yeah. But there's not always evidence either.
No, but you can tell.
Does that mean that it's true or false? No, it doesn't mean either way. According to the court system, it was false. So we have to assume that the court system got that correct. But I don't think it's fair for Cindy to be talking about her sister the way she is. I don't think it's fair to say, oh, well, she blackmailed me with a secret because I kissed a boy and I didn't want my mom to know, and she made me give her cookies.
And she called me fat. How many times my sisters called me fat?
Sisters called me fat multiple times.
You know what? Guess what?
What?
She called me fat for so long, I made sure I'm smaller than her now. You know what I mean? Like,
there's other ways to deal with it. It is not going on national fucking television.
And saying, I wish my sister got the death penalty, that she'd be better off dead.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying. My sister would be better. And she literally said it like that.
Yeah. It was the most hard. Like, I understand that sometimes when families do bad shit, like, you disconnect from the family, as you should. Like, serial killer families obviously don't have nothing to do with serial killer. Some of them don't. That's your prerogative and that's your business.
Still your family.
That's still your family. And I don't
what's
think
the girl who's the serial killer who had a daughter and a son? One was a Boy Scout. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Daughter's grown up now with her own daughter. And she still will not talk shit about her father.
Oh, BTK.
I think I am, actually.
Yeah, I think you're talking about
Yeah,
BTK.
but she doesn't talk shit about her dad.
No, she talks about, when she talks about it, like with her book, she talks about what it was like growing up with him and not knowing about that double life.
Yeah.
And looking back now and seeing the dots connect.
Yeah.
That makes sense, and that's okay.
That's not saying my father is better off dead.
Yeah, no. That's, to me, very extreme. I understand going no contact. That makes perfect sense to me.
Fuck yeah.
I understand having personal, private thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would not ever say on national television that my sister's better off dead.
Yep. Yeah. No.
So if you do watch Evil Lives Here,
I don't remember the episode now, but I got it in the show notes.
Yeah. I think it was season 12. I don't remember.
It was August of this year, August 21st.
But this also is just, again, a reminder, because we talk about this. We do talk about this constantly. Take everything with a grain of salt,
and don't always listen to one side, and that is why I don't listen to any kind of one side of the news. That is why I don't read one side of the news. I held ID to a higher standard and they just fucking ruined it.
Yep, I agree. I held them to a higher standard than what they did with that.
Yep.
And
that's why I'm so pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Not so much what the sister said. I mean, fuck you. That's your family shit. Whatever.
You don't go, and especially in the South, it's a thing of very much what's in the family stays in the family. You don't go broadcasting it. You don't go talking shit publicly.
No, I mean, that's anywhere in the country. I'm from and you don't sit there and talk shit about your family. Your family's your family.
Yeah.
If you cut them off, that's your private business.
Yep. Not everybody needs to be in your business. And, unfortunately, that's just how it goes sometimes. Yes, it's okay to vent to people, but you vent to the right people and you make sure that you are not venting to somebody that is going to put your business out there.
It's just dirty.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Whole thing I didn't like. Anyways, that was great. Glad I can get so intense for you guys. And if you are the sister and you want to show me evidence of where she was calling the police and everything else, and she was such a hurtful person to you, besides when she was a child, let me know.
Yeah, reach out. We'll talk to you. We want to see the proof. And if we are proven wrong, we will say we were wrong.
Yep. But
Always.
I don't want my sister was mean to me. That's not proof.
Why is it mean to me? I don't know. But she was the middle child and acted out like most middle children do.
Poor thing.
All right. Well, anything else to add, Rachel?
No.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. I meant to say it at the top, but if you missed last week, we did not do an actual podcast. We did a live stream on Instagram. You can go watch it. It is up on Instagram to rewatch. It was a hot mess express. It's okay. So make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. Look for Crime and Chill or Crime and Chill Podcast. Join our Facebook group, Crime and Chill Fam, to talk crime with us. And if you watched this episode, come tell us what you thought about it. We will see you guys next week, and we hope you had a great Thanksgiving because this is coming out after Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Bye.